Let me spread around some seaweed in this area. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to Hokkaido, an island that we built in just 14 IRL days. However, even after finishing the mainland of the island, we still needed to decorate all the village interiors, the beaches, as well as my interiors. And after we already fixed all the villager interiors, today's task will be to decorate all the beaches. The playlist will be linked down below in case you want to catch up on the challenge. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. None of the beaches are currently decorated, and there is quite a bit of stuff to get to. However, not a lot of the beaches are really accessible, I will say. Like this one right here to the left of the entrance, you can basically walk through the pumpkins, but it's like not an official pathway really, and it kind of continues like that all the way over to Flurry's house. So even here by Flurry's house, you can kind of access it if you walk through the decorations, but none of this is like an official pathway. And as you can see, this part of the beach is also currently still our flower storage. And then we also have this beach over by the campsite, which is, again, you can kind of walk here, but it's not like super official. And it's just this like separate little beach with the rock in the back, of course. All the way over to the other side of the island, we do have this beach portion that kind of wraps around the peninsula and also comes with the beach rock, of course. And then it just continues into this like long strip of a beach down the right side of the island, which is also not directly accessible. This is mostly like even just besides cliffs that you don't ever access. This is also where our little dock is. And it comes all the way around to Anchovy's place. And maybe this is like the most official looking entrance to the beach. Oh my god. She's so cute. And then last but not least, there is this one more portion of a beach down here. But this one is, I think, the least accessible of all. Plus, it's like super tiny as well. So all of that we want to decorate today. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have the most ideas. But that's totally fine. I like to keep the beaches on my islands relatively simple, I guess. And so a lot of this is just going to be some like small little filler things, just adding like a few codes and maybe like a few flowers, etc. And we're going to be good to go. I think I'm looking at a lot of like fences, log stakes. I've already established that I don't like the way that the coconut trees look in fall. I just feel like they're way too green. So we're actually not going to use any of those. But instead, I think we're going to go for like some more of the decayed trees. So, unfortunately, before we can even get started at all, I think I'm going to have to do a little trip to a treasure island. You know, the good old stuff, because I think we need a few more of those decayed trees. We might do another table display, and I was toying with the idea of a candle making shop, which I think we should probably get some stuff for that because I don't have any candles. So maybe that's a few of the things we're going to go ahead and get. All right, order number 1, a pocket full of wheat fields. Let's go. Next up, log stakes, decayed trees, and mush parasols. Some flowers, candles, rocks, and ducks. And last one for now, some seaweed, some wave breakers, boats, and tables. And now with all those items acquired, let's maybe actually start on this more insignificant part of the beaches because we can't really go wrong here, I think. I'm honestly not going to do much more than like a decayed tree and some log stakes on this one. I always like to add like a little bit of pathing underneath to once again like ground them, and I always feel like pathing, like custom designs, make an area seem a little bit more finished. So that's something I do like to do. Also, we should definitely get some weed fields for the beach. I think that's gonna actually help a lot. Okay, let's add some of those weed fields into the mix. Maybe just these few can help, and then let me get some flowers. You know what? I think something like this would be totally fine for me. I just really don't want this to be completely bare. I think that's like the only thing I would want to prevent from happening. Maybe I should add some weed fields to the left side so they're not just exclusively towards the right, but apart from that, not much else is going to happen on this one. Okay, honestly, beach number 1 for me, done. Now I think the one to the left of the entrance is going to be kind of nice because we can cover it with like a whole bunch of pumpkins. I think this beach here by Anchovy's house, since it's like the most accessible, should probably be like the candle making shop. But then towards the back here, like all of this is going to be relatively inaccessible. So this could just be like my regular build of like wave breakers. And then just again, flower seaweed, maybe some log stakes, etc. Okay, some log stakes there. Maybe a wave breaker here. Maybe this rock here next to the orchard could be like a little picnic spot. And this in front could be another wave breaker. And then maybe it's just going to be along the coastline, kind of like this. Right, we might add another one of those trees to the mix. I've put around a little bit of pathing just like here and there. And then we're obviously going to add a whole bunch of different flowers. And then I got a picnic basket and a little round pillow to put a sandwich on. I also got some bottles. And then maybe we can just put like 2 barrels in the back here. And I also did get like apples to drop. I'm actually not sure I like the size of that apple with everything else though. Maybe something like this. I'll think about it and maybe return later. Let me spread around some seaweed in this area. Then another idea that I had like further up by this farm here was like a little shed. Maybe even a double shed. Hold on. I'm not sure I like that actually. But I did want to add some barrels to this side here. And maybe we could put like a storage shed like that on the rocks in the back. Maybe just like this. So there's like a little garden shed off in a distance. I'm going to customize that blue thing to just one of those like broken windows. And then we just got a lot of barrels. And the rest of it will just be flowers. And we can maybe like add another dropped carrot or something. Okay, and I feel like we're going to leave it like this. I was thinking about custom designs on the rock here. But for some reason, I'm just not really seeing that for the spot. Not entirely sure why not. All right, and now I need to like maybe drop the branches again just so that if we time travel, they don't drop from the trees. All right, perfect. And then I think I'm actually getting a little sleepy for today, so I might pick this back up tomorrow, but for you it'll just be a second, and then we'll continue working on this beach here on the right-hand side, and especially the candle making shop. And here we are again now with feeling a little bit more awake. I might actually want to tackle the candle making shop first, which is just going to be like down here or also a little bit further to the right. I'm not quite sure. Or we do like a candle making station and then we do like a little station where they kind of sell the ones that are already made. Before we can really do that, of course, we'll just quickly clean up these pumpkins here. Now, because I still want to do a little bit of a pumpkin food display over on the left side of the beach, and I want to use like log benches for that, I'm just thinking about like what table setup to use. Maybe like something bigger, like the table with cloth again. And then over here, I guess we can work with like maybe like a stall and some barrels. So let me grab some things and we'll figure out a little bit of a setup of all this. Okay, let's put this stall maybe over here. I quite like this with the barrels and the stalls. I'm just not sure I like this exact spot because, I don't know, maybe it would be nicer if you can actually like stand here and without any like disruptions or something, you can just kind of take a picture. Should we put it like here in front of the tree and just kind of confine the entire space a bit more to the left? All right, so maybe more like here, or is that annoying with this almost the same pattern like in the background there? And then I thought maybe we use the project tables, right? For like the workshop. That I feel like that kind of makes sense. I mean, they are called project tables, right? And then we'll add a whole bunch of chairs and a whole bunch of candles, of course. And I think I might want to also put some custom designs underneath, like a patch of dirt or something. So let me add that and grab some chairs and see what else I can find that kind of fits this. Custom designs added. All right, let me find some chairs. I hope that this is somewhat okay. I also added a workbench because I thought maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how candle making works, but there's a workbench, right? There's a workbench. Okay, let me find some candles and some props that we can use. Okay, how are we feeling about this? So here, there's just like a display of different, like very pretty candles. I just kind of chose the ones that I thought were really pretty. And then I was like, okay, maybe they're modeling like a candle that's kind of like a cake. I don't know. And they're like painting stuff on it, and then I put like a bucket here because why not? So I guess this would kind of like be the finished area. I think I would like to add some more wheat fields somewhere over here to the right hand side so we balance it out again. And then I guess like this transitional moment right here all the way over to the side will just be some fillers, as well as I think everything up here. Like all of this with the wheat field, the little picnic thing that we did yesterday, or well, like a few minutes ago. And then all the sides to here. I'm not super sure on the garden shed. I like the idea of it, but I just feel like it doesn't look great just because of like the edge of the beach here. Or maybe we work with like a wooden storage shed, kind of like in the back there. Oh, also wait. Did I not see that I had the pirate barrel like turned? Hold on, we need to fix that better. Okay, there is a mush parasol there in the background, so maybe we move the decay tree over here to the left and we do like another patch of dirt, and then this will be a mush parasol instead. Okay, I'm not sure what I tried doing here with this rock formation. I thought it was a good idea, but now in like the grand scheme of things, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and we're gonna move on to the area by the farm again. I'm not sure. I feel like from this view, anything that I put there just kind of looks a little weird. So maybe I will remove this and instead we'll just work with like a flower here. Just some log stakes, some wheat fields. I think maybe that's the better course of action here. And then let me just get some flowers and we'll fill the rest of this up with some filler stuff. I would say bottom portion of the beach is done. You know, obviously we don't really have coconut trees, so there's not too much like height going on. But up until like this point, I think I would leave it kind of like that. Now what we can do, I don't want to have coconut trees because I feel like they're way too green for the fall season. But we could maybe just have some chopped ones. Like, look at this difference. I don't know. I'm not feeling that. It might be like realistic. And don't get me wrong, I love coconut trees for beach decorating. I feel like they usually make this like really easy and help frame a lot of areas, etc. But I'm just not really feeling the very green trees in fall. Honestly though, the difference that like a few weeds and flowers make is kind of wild. Like even just adding a couple of those details makes everything look so much more finished, I feel like. I really need to be careful now not to run through any of these flowers. Okay, so the last part that's missing is just this little portion here, which I think is just going to be a little bit more of just filler things. I was just briefly thinking about adding another tree here. I want to try that. And then that will mean we have the entire right-hand side of the beach is completely done, including that little bit here by the airport as well. And we just need to work on the left side after. And this might be it. So once again, just a bunch of weeds, a bunch of those like little starter flowers. I put this one tree here because I don't know, I feel like that kind of looks decent kind of running up the beach. And then that way we still have like a uninterrupted view of the area here. Like if we wanted to take a picture of the peninsula, it can just kind of still be just the peninsula and not much else. And that means, I mean, this is kind of the vision that I was going for. I just wanted the beaches to feel kind of like included. It doesn't have to have great builds on it or anything. I just need to, or I just wanted it to be that if you take a picture of a certain area and there's a bit of beach on there, it doesn't look like, oh, you know, they didn't decorate that, but it's just filled up a little bit. So I think that's good. And now we're going to move on to the beach on the left-hand side. The next portion of beach that I was thinking about is this entire one here by the campsite in the top left, which is also along with like a little rock here in the back. Maybe this will just be like a clothesline kind of laundry moment, and maybe we'll see if we can find anything else that kind of looks a little bit like a campsite kind of thing to us. So some spontaneous ideas that I have. For one, I still have this gazebo, which could be quite a charming moment here by the beach. I do still have those clotheslines, which we could partially maybe put on top of the rock. I think we can remove the fossils now because there shouldn't be any open tiles on the land where these can even spawn. Maybe a boat down here instead, and the gazebo can be put to the back, although I'm thinking about moving it to the right-hand side and the clotheslines more towards the left. This might be what I end up with. So 2 boats, or I think yachts is how you pronounce them, and 2 trees down here, and then up there is kind of like a laundry station, and we're gonna do like 2 of these like fake houses kind of. Maybe that's gonna be it, and then the rest once again is just gonna be like little filler things. Maybe we can add some log stakes somewhere. I think this will kind of be the plan here. And then I think this portion of the beach will just have like maybe the mush parasol. The flowers are currently still storage. And then probably like filler things and maybe some ducks along the rock here as well as like up here. I do have 2 more yachts that oh no, dang it. I do have 2 more yachts that I think I want to put in somewhere on the bottom left here. And then probably everything from this point onwards all the way over to the side will be kind of like a pumpkin moment. You know, like a continued pumpkin patch from the entrance, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll kind of be the plan. You know, just the ducks kind of like this. Maybe like another one kind of right here. Or we can work with a bit more seaweed, I think. That might be cute in this area too. And then I just put the 2 different mush parasols up here and a few flowers in between. Okay, before I get more distracted here though, I actually haven't finished the beach in the back. So maybe I should do that first. And then we can move on with like a better feeling. It always makes like such a big difference already when you like customize things. It's actually really awesome to see. All right, and then let's move on to this part here, which I think I'd like to add some custom design underneath it again, like some of the dirt pathing. Yeah, this is better already. And I think the only thing left for us to do is add some flowers and weeds again, you know, the usual stuff. So something kind of like this, I think, right? I believe this is okay. As far as beach decorations go, I think I'm okay with this. Right, so all of this part still needs a few filler things, and then my plan was to have some more yachts down here. Basically 1 to the left, and then probably like 1 to the front kind of here. So what I'll do first, I guess, is remove some of these flowers so I have room for that. And then we'll put those into position and maybe spread around a couple of flowers and just kind of see how much we have left over in the end, or if we like need to pick up some new flowers even. All right, my pockets are full, so maybe we should deposit a few of these somewhere here on the beach, you know, for decorations, and then move on to, yeah, more stuff. Oh no, wait, what happened? Oh my god, Billy and Anchovy just had a conversation. Now Anchovy isn't doing well. Someone's got to do something. It might as well be me. Just think about all those feet tripping over loose laces. Y'all are not... Oh my god, so he's sad that he can't learn to tie shoelaces. Oh my god, look, you can practice on my shoes if you want to. I may even have put some shoes in your house, Anchovy, that you can practice on. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. Great. Okay, yacht number 1 would go somewhere maybe here, and Anchovy is in a good mood again. Perfect. And yacht number 2 would go somewhere here, I think. Maybe just kind of like this. And then maybe we can add another tree like here. Also, this is what I was talking about when I was saying Anchovy's like footprints look cute on the beach. Look at this. Oh my god, this is heckin' adorable. And now he's chasing a little firefly. Look at that. I wish I could like imprint these on the beach like that, because that is great decoration actually. And Flurry's here too. Hello, hello. So far, so good, I think, for this side up here. It, once again, you know, mostly fillers, very subtle, but that's totally okay. And now, I've kind of ended the flowers here somewhat. There's still like a couple of flowers that I have to dig up here. Plus, we can spread them around all the way through the right-hand side. But I think this I would like to cover up with mostly pumpkins. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that. And now let me sort through these flowers. I think that might be it for flowers for the rest of this beach. I just spread them around to the right hand side a little bit so they would be kind of like somewhat everywhere. And now I guess I'll get rid of the last ones. And then I have to think about how I can get the pumpkins to go onto the beach, because they're not gonna grow on the beach. Like I can transfer them there, but they're not going to grow. So I think instead I'm going to have to like dig them up from either the pumpkin patch by the entrance or also from like farms and then replant new ones there. I still have some like green and white ones here. So I'm going to start with just the regular orange ones, and I'll just grab ones that are grown to like the last stage. So like a third stages. Okay, basically here, and now I just replant regular ones, and then I have to remember to water these. Okay, and now we can start kind of planting them here. And I think every once in a while we'll alternate the colors. We'll add some of these flower thingies. I might also incorporate like a few that aren't grown at all, and we'll turn this into a bit more of a pumpkin patch. Oh yeah, if we add some that don't have any produce on, that could actually be kind of a cute idea. So I'm thinking of kind of something like this, you know? I just needed to go on like quite a bit longer to the left here. I think I'll kind of scatter it out towards the side bit, but at least until like this orange flower here, I was thinking of spreading like quite a few pumpkins around. So I'm gonna have to like go and grab many more than this. So let me try and do that. I think it might be nicer if I go to like a farm section because it's nice. It's like easier to water them there. And then, yeah. Okay, I think I planted all the pumpkins that I wanted to plant. And now I'm gonna have to make sure that all the ones that I took from the regular island are gonna grow back in. And once I've done that, I'm gonna check back in with you because I feel like maybe that will be all the beaches decorated. All right, I think we're good. I hope I didn't forget to water anything, but it's looking good so far. So, you know what? I'm gonna show you a final like tour of all the beaches that we did decorate. It is not the correct date, but since we're not dealing with hardwood trees on the beach, I think that's actually gonna be okay. So we're gonna start at the back left and then work our way all the way around. Right, so this one here next to the campsite is a little laundry spot. We put up these two like fake sheds, I guess, in the back, just with a couple of those laundry things. And then there's just these like two boats down here, and we made sure to add a whole bunch of flowers and weeds to add a lot of details. Then here next to Flurry's house, basically, we're continuing with a bit of filler, just two mush parasols, and then we have a few, just a few ducks, you know, a few decoy ducks, some seaweed, and then it continues with a bunch of filler and two more boats at the very bottom of the beach, and then morphing into what we just did, which is just that continued pumpkin patch. I tried spacing them out a little bit and adding like a whole bunch of weeds and little flower stems in between to not make it like too repetitive and not just look like a storage, I guess. Then this next portion is kind of hard to reach, but if you do get here, it's basically also just a few filler things and a decayed tree, some wheat fields, which we actually didn't add to the last beach that I showed you, but I think it's still okay. And then, of course, we got the beach by Anchovy's house, which was turned into kind of like a candle making station or workshop, along with a tiny little candle store right here, and then morphs into some more filler decorations, some trees, some parasols, some of the wave breakers, which I always really like to use along the side of the beach decorations. And then next to the orchard, I put a little picnic spot on the rock on the right-hand side, dropped some apples, and then we continue with a bunch of filler things, another decayed tree, and then behind the peninsula here, I just added a few storage bits and pieces. Now imagine the tree branches to be gone. I just want to make sure that for the time traveling that I still have to do to figure out like a good outfit and able sisters for the DA, etc., that I'm not going to get any tree branches to spawn. And that concludes our beach decoration. So after the villager interiors and now the beaches, 2 out of the 3 bonus videos are done, which means there's just one more where actual like decorating and designing is going to happen, which is going to be my house as well as the little tent by the campsite. I will sit down right here and then say thank you all so much for watching today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And then I'm excited to see you in the next bonus video with the interiors. And until then, I hope you have an awesome, awesome time. Bye, everyone.